Hey everybody, and welcome to Angel B Designs. I'm Angel B. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Y'all, I left my Stanley in the other room. But hey, you guys, and thank you so much for being here. So today we're gonna work on. I have here. Let me start off by saying I forgot, y'all. I forgot to mute that. Y'all showed out over the weekend with the orders. I have like 12 hoodies I have to do just from over the weekend. And if you have placed an order with me, as I say all the time, I truly, truly, truly appreciate it. From the bottom of my heart, you have no idea how much it means to me. But with that being said, I have not even joking, I have like 12 or 13 hoodies that have to be done this week thus far. So we are going to work on some orders today. I have two that I'm going to do tonight. One is going to be hopefully my embroidery machine acts civilized today. We haven't had any issues. You know when something is going so good, and you're just expecting something to go wrong. You're like, okay, it's been going good for a while, and I'm just really expecting something to go wrong. And I haven't used my embroidery machine on live in a little bit. And I said this last week, but me and my embroidery machine, we've been like this, okay? We've been locked in. And I feel like now I'm about to go live, and she about to show out. I just have a feeling. So we're going to try to do two orders. The two hoodies shouldn't take more than an hour to do. I'm normally on here for like 2 hours. So both of these sweatshirts theoretically should not take longer than like an hour 15 at best. Okay, so we're going to see. But I'm doing a prayer changes things, and I am doing a zodiac sign as well. Let me see. Yes, I'm doing one zodiac sign, and I am doing a prayer changes things. So that's what we're doing tonight. Hopefully, I'm a little scared. But I'm gonna start off by saying hey to everybody, and then I want to get the first sweatshirt on the embroidery machine. I'm gonna show you guys how I hoop, the stabilizer I use, everything. I want to show you guys everything. Hey Nicole, how are you? Hey Tamika. Hey Precious. Y'all, I left my Stanley in the other room and I'm thirsty, so I'm about to go grab that in 1 second. Hey Dee Dee. Hey Unbiased. How are you? Yeah, my names still haven't gone back to normal. I'm wondering if they're gonna stay like this now because they haven't gone back. Hey DW Nice. I hope I said that right. I feel like it's a way to pronounce that and I'm not seeing it. Hey Belinda, how are you? Hey Miss Melinda. Hey Kelly, how are you? Hey Sharon and C Mills. Hey Mary. What is everybody working on? Hey Tracy and Terry. Hey Jesse. Hey Miles and Bobby. Hey Marilyn. Hey Demps. Hey D. Hey Josette. The Tech 2012. Hello. Hey Daisy. I'm also scrolling to see if I see any questions. Hey Benita. If you are new here or you're new to a live, I like to go live once a week just to be able to answer questions in real time, work with you guys, chit chat with you guys, like all of that stuff. But I do get a lot of questions, and I try to answer questions as I get them, like whether it's on a TikTok or an Instagram, or y'all, I'm trying to do Pinterest. Okay. I don't get Pinterest. If anybody is like efficient or proficient in Pinterest, please email me because baby, I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm trying, but I don't get it, but I'm doing my best. Okay. So I have some TikTok, I think some Pinterest comments. I'm unsure, still unclear there, but whatever. Anyways, the point is I try to answer all of the questions, but I am on a lot of platforms, and sometimes I miss questions. So going live once a week helps me be able to answer questions in real time, even if it's not about the project I'm going live about. I've had people, I'll be blinging in, somebody will ask me questions about sublimation. I don't mind at all whatsoever. If I miss the question, I guarantee you somebody in the chat will answer the question. I do try to keep up with the chat, so I do check it. But if for whatever reason I missed it, ask it again. But that's kind of what we do here. Hey, Mary Brown. Hey, Nicole. Hey, Spilling the Diversity and CJ Spice. Hey, Rosetta. Hey, Martha and Linda. Hey, Tanya. Hey, Greg. Hey, Latinier. Hey, TYJ. I'm sorry if I don't remember y'all real names from the at names. I'm just saying it as they popping up. Hey, Faslone. Also, if I'm butchering, I'm sorry. Hey, Miss Diva Rose. Okay, I am scrolling. Hey, Mrs. Parker. Cruising Forever. Hey, Monique. How are you? Hey, Brenda. Christmas ornaments. Y'all, I got a new laser machine, right? And I know I said that I wasn't sure if I wanted to keep the other two, and now I got another one I have to unbox. I saw Marilyn she made some Christmas ornaments in one of her most recent videos. I think she used the X tool though, but those ornaments were super cute, and she got them on Creative Fabrica. And I think I want to, Marilyn, I'm going to copy you, Marilyn. I want to make some ornaments when I open up this laser. Monique, you love Pinterest? I don't get it. I don't get it. Hey, Letitia. I don't get it, okay? Pinterest is great. It's also very confusing. It's so confusing. It's like, I understand it as a consumer. Like, I know how to use it as a consumer. If I'm going on there and I'm looking for something or I'm trying to see something, I know how to use Pinterest as a consumer. I do not understand how to use it as a creator. That's where I'm confused about. I just don't get that. I don't get it. Hey, Deborah, did you get my email? I emailed you a couple days ago. Hey, Gina. Hey, Miss Jones. Zelda joined the channel. Y'all, I found my bell. Let me go get it. I almost tripped on this cord. Let me go get my bell. I've been here working hard, okay? Looking for this. And this is garbage. Can y'all hear it? I was like, you know what? I am opening up these boxes. I'm gonna find this bill. I'm not going live again without my bill. And I found it. It was deep. It was deep too. It was deep buried in the box, but I found it. Okay, I am scrolling. I'm seeing if there's any questions. Hey, Patrice Boo. I was in your members live. I was driving, trying not to be late, so I couldn't comment, but the X-Tool machine looks fun. Cheryl Boyd. Thank you for joining the channel. I appreciate it. Hey, Renee. I did not grab my Stanley. I'm about to go grab it. I'm going to go grab it. You know what? I think I left it in the car because I don't see it. So I'll just grab some water. What do you think about the new X-Tool machine? Which one? The DTF printer? I don't have it. I don't have it. They sent me an email like 2 months ago about it. I was in the process of moving and packing, and I wasn't accepting any new machines while I was like packing and trying to move because it was already just a lot. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to wait until I get into my office. But I do have a lot of emails I need to respond to. So I may take it. I'm not for sure yet. But the laser I have is the We Create. The Pro. I think it's the Pro. The We Create Pro, I think. I don't know. I left my Stanley at my mechanic's shop and he was laughing when I called for it. Right? Once you get used to using a Stanley, it's kind of like you feel displaced without it. Like this is the first time I've drinking out of an actual water bottle in like forever. Probably since like the beginning of the year. And I just got a new one too. I normally get the 40-ounce ones, but I got a 30-ounce one this time. I saw it at Target, and it's a the movie Wicked with Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, the new one. I guess the part 2 was about to come out, and they had a Wicked Stanley. It's like black, but it's like iridescent, like the green and the pink mixed together. So it's like black, but when you turn it one way, you see green, and when you turn it another way, you see pink. It was super pretty. I had to get it, and I've been using that one for like a week now, and I left it in the car, and I'm not going downstairs to get it. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So I am, like I said, I'm doing some embroidery today. I am doing basically this exact design. So this purple, the purple, this exact design. Prayer changes things in the purple on a sweatshirt. And then I'm also going to do, if I have time, because I don't want to be here too late, I'm doing a Zodiac Aries. So that one's going to be black on black. So let me go ahead and add in my other table so we can get this hooped. All right, let me know if you guys can hear me. I don't know why, like, what I just do? Now I can't see it on the thing at all. Okay, there we go. I used to be able to see the comments on my iPad, and now I cannot. Not at the same time. And it's so annoying. I'll just have to use my phone. I used to be able to see the recording, like the video and the chat at the same time, and now I can't. I can only see like what I'm recording. What laser machine do you like so far? So, Faker, I would say that the two that I've had that I've actually, well, I've had three. I will say though, in all fairness, the only one I used a good amount to have a true opinion about is the the Glowforge. So I have a We Create, the first one that came out, and then so real quick, when I'm doing my sweatshirts, I do a quick kind of pre-press on them. I don't know if you can see it. I press it to get like the center mark down the middle so I can see the center. And I do that by actually folding it like this because it's easier to find the center when you do it like this versus trying to go with the tag because you know sometimes the tags be off. And every time I would go based off of the tag, it would always be crooked. Ever since I started folding them and then pressing them to get that center line, ever since I started doing that, my designs when I go to hoop it have been perfect every single time. So that's how I've been doing it. Can y'all still hear me? I know I asked you that and then I didn't wait to see if you answered. Hopefully y'all can. And I ain't just been talking. I keep saying I'm gonna buy another Mighty Hoop and I haven't yet, but I do need another one of these ones, the 11 by 13. And then I just measure, so you can't see the bottom part of my hoop, but when I'm measuring, I measure from like here, right? I do on my sweatshirts, I kind of do 4 fingers instead of 3. I guess it depends on if your fingers are, you know, on the skinnier or thicker side. But this is how I kind of do it. All right, that looks good. And roll hoops, y'all. We hoops. I don't know if y'all remember when I first got my pooling. Y'all remember when I first got that pooling and I was putting that dang on hoop upside down? When I realized I was putting this is the regular hoop, the hoop that came with the pooling. I'm sorry, I can't. The stock hoops, that's what I call them. The stock hoops, I can't do them. Okay, I can't. I cannot. I can't do the stock hoops for the pooling. I can't do the stock hoops for the BAI. I can't do it. I can't do it. Cannot. Shoot, what size is this? See, I wasn't even paying attention. I got 2 different sweatshirts. This one is the large. So this is the prayer changes things, and the Zodiac is gonna go on a medium. So we're doing prayer changes things. So let me pull up that pattern. It is already on my machine, so I don't have to go get it. Here it is. And then I'm going to do my colors. So we are doing dark purple, and the word things is going to be in light purple. And then I have to add in my appliques because this is the applique and I like to do my glitter or tear my glitter before the satin stitch. So there's going to be an applique after the placement, or there's going to be a color stop after the placement. There's going to be a color stop after the tack down, and there's going to be a color stop. No, I don't need a color stop right there. So I just need 2. And then I'm just going to do a quick trace. I need to make sure everything's lined up. was a little too close to the edge. I'm gonna bring that down just a hair. Let's try it again. Okay, I think that's good. When I turn this on, I'm gonna switch to my computer because that has a noise cancellation, so it won't be so loud. All right, I'm gonna. Is it like super loud or how is the noise? Okay. It's not super loud, is it? Okay. Okay. All right, good. So let me go back up and see if I missed any questions. Thank you, Donzel. If I buy a machine that has all the hoops, how hard is it to hoop material without the mighty hoop? So, mama girl, I will say, so typically the machine, like my machine, it did come with all of the hoops. The BAI machine actually came each hoop I got two of, except for the biggest one, which is like 24 inches. Let me grab the hoops so I can show you. Okay, so it came with, let me go smallest to biggest. It came with a lot, okay? So this is a hoop that it came with. This is the smallest. This is a 2.3 by 2.3, so super small. This is the next size up that it came with. This is a 3.5 by 3.5. I gotta put my glitter down. This is the next size here, which is a 4.7 by 4.7. And then this one, which is a 7.09 by 7.09. And then it came with this one. I think this is a 10 by 10. It doesn't have the name on it. I want to say this is a 10 by 10, if I'm not mistaken, or a 9 by 9. Maybe. 9 by 9 or a 10 by 10, something like that. And then it came with this one, which is like 24 something. Okay, this thing is massive. So it came with all of these hoops. Now, I will say they are difficult. Let me put the glitter on and then I'll finish answering that question. Okay, so it just did my placement stitch. Hopefully you guys can see it. This is letting me know where to place the glitter. And this is the color we're using, which is the same color that's on my shirt. Well, the one on my shirt might be a tad bit lighter, but this is the standard one. And you just kind of place it there. So what I like to do, because again, I do like to tear or cut my glitter before I do my satin stitch. So because of that, with so that I can get a little bit more security when I'm tearing that glitter, because it's going to be before the satin stitch. What I like to do is I will hit origin point on my machine. I know that the BAI has it, and then I know that the pull-in has it. I will hit origin point, and it may be called something else, like on a Racoma or a different machine that you may have. It may be called something else, but on mine is called the origin point, which is the starting point. So I like to push origin point, and it's going to go back, and it's going to redo my placement stitch again, and then it'll do my tack down stitch. But it just kind of takes it back to the very beginning, and it'll redo the placement stitch for me, so that I just have that extra stitching there, versus going into my stitch count and like going back, or trying to make it go back 1,000 stitches or whatever. If you just hit origin point, it'll go back to the very beginning, at least on the BAI and on the pull-in. So I'm going to hit origin point, and then I'm going to go ahead and remove the color stop from my second. So now it's back at the origin point. It's going to redo my placement stitch. It's also going to do my tack down stitch, and then it's going to stop so that I can peel the glitter, and then it'll do the satin stitch. Okay. Um, so yeah, it did come, and it came, all of these were doubled, right? So all of these, all of these, this one, I have two of these, and I have two of all of these. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9. It came with 9 hoops, which is a lot, plus the hat hoop, because I also have a hat attachment and I have a hat hoop as well, the little hooping mechanism for the hat. So it came with all of that. It's not impossible to hoop with this. Obviously, they wouldn't sell it to you if it was impossible, right? I will say for me, it was very difficult. Okay? It was very difficult to hoop with it. However, there are some people who can hoop with it, no problem. If you're a beginner, 100%, you're probably going to get frustrated. Like the first time I hooped with my pull-in embroidery machine, I was putting the top part of the hoop in upside down, and I threw my hoop across the room. I'm not even going to hold you up. I'm not going to lie to you. I chucked that hoop across the room, and I didn't even care if it was broken. I was like, you know what? That sounded like it broke, and I don't even care. I just don't care. And it sat wherever it landed. It sat there for at least 2 hours because that's how frustrated I was. But then I realized I was putting it in upside down. So it was definitely user error. I can't do the hoops. I can't. I cannot. The stock hoops. I can't do it. It's I don't have the patience. I don't. Now, the Mighty Hoop Station, depending on what embroidery machine you have. I know with the pull-in, the Mighty Hoops are not compatible with the pull-in. So if you have a pull-in, there are other magnetic hoops that works beautifully with the pull-in. They're not Mighty Hoops, it's a different brand, but it worked really, really well. I'm gonna read because I boxed up when I got my BAI machine, I boxed up my pull-in machine, like completely boxed it back up. I'm gonna do like a re-unboxing of my pull-in because I want to do patches, but I don't want to like keep moving the rods on my BAI machine to do patches and then do a sweatshirt and then do patches and then do a sweatshirt. So I want to open up my pull-in machine and do patches on my pull, as well as beanies, like the smaller projects, like the beanies, the patches, you know, stuff like that. So I'm gonna do like a full re-unboxing of my pull-in and setting it up and all those things, and I will have those magnetic hoops because I do still have them. They just obviously don't work on my BAI machine, but with the Mighty Hoops, I will say I got the station. It was a kit. It came with an 11 by 13, a 5 by 5, and then it also came with the hooping station where I just used right there. And then it came with that smaller 5 by 5 hooping station. It was like $900 and something, but I put it on the firm and I paid $90 a month. I'm still paying for it, and I'm still paying for it. But I got it through Amazon, and I paid $90 a month. So whatever plan it was, I don't like paying interest. So however many months I had to skip the interest part of it, whether it be sometimes for like larger purchases, they'll give you like 12 months to pay it off with zero interest. And then if you drag it out to like 18 months, then you'll have X amount of interest. Whatever the months are I can do without paying interest, that's typically what I choose because I don't want to pay more for it. I just want to pay it over time without paying more. But I ended up doing the Affirm, which was like $30 a month or something like that. But I will say worth every single penny. Worth every single penny. That's a purchase I'll never regret. Ever. Ever, ever. Ever, ever, ever. Never will I regret purchasing Mighty Hoops. In fact, I need another one. I need another 11 by 13. Hey, everybody popping in. I'm going to do a deep dive on the BAI machine as well in the upcoming weeks. It seems like everyone is getting the Mighty Hoops with it. They are. They're very pricey. They are very pricey. You can hula hoop with that last one, right? I could probably fit that whole thing around my body. I'm doing a happy dance right now. No problem, Deborah. I'm glad I was able to find it. I still have one missing. I think last week when I came on live, I had 3 missing packages. I've located 2 of them. Still missing 1. I think that one is lost. I think that one is lost. I may have to remake that one because it is lost. Okay, like super lost. But I did find 2 out of the 3. One was already delivered actually, and the other one is out of the mail. Okay. Yep. I definitely plan on doing a deep dive on the BAI. I haven't done one yet because I truly wanted to use this machine like a lot before I did like a full deep dive on the BAI machine. And I will say I've been putting it to work. I thought it had snuck off and did the satin stitch. No, there is no hooping station for the pull-in, unfortunately. I used to hoop, like I have a longer table, so a longer table will work I was hooping it. I was hooping stuff on the floor to get it to be lined up perfectly on the pooling, but no, there isn't. Hey, Ron Ron. You can always mark your hoops. What do you mean mark them, Anita? What is a good embroidery machine for beginners? So, Paula, that's kind of a harder question because I think embroidery in general, for a beginner, is hard. I have plenty of lives where I had unboxed my food and I was on live struggling. Okay. I mean, Shamika ran one of my whole lives one time. It was her live. I was just I was just the one recording. But she was the one telling me what to do because it was a struggle. I think embroidery for a beginner in general is hard. And it's just going to be a learning curve. I think that you should spend your money on a machine that is going to help you reach whatever goal you have for embroidery. If your goal is to just do it for fun, you're not going to be selling anything. You're not going to be making a whole bunch of stuff for friends, family, kids, things like that. I think you should purchase a machine based off of whatever your goals are and not necessarily the fact that you're a beginner. Because no matter what machine you get, you're going to learn it and it's going to be hard. The pooling was hard, the buy was hard. And I've heard the same thing about other machines. So I think that you should just purchase based off of whatever your goals are and then go from there. All right, we gotta peel the glitter. So I'm gonna peel the glitter and then I'll keep answering questions. Okay. Let me see if I can get y'all closer. So I do typically peel it right on my machine. Sometimes, like if I'm doing fabric, I do have to take it off. But you see how easily it's just kind of peeling up. Y'all, I have OCD, so I'm probably going to peel like every little piece of glitter. Just because it will bother me if I don't. Except for maybe like the middle. Oh, there's my ticky-tacky. I already posted it, so we're good. The middle of this file, pulling the glitter, is a little bit harder. Oh, my scissors. Oh. But I am going to do it because it's also hard peeling it when the satin stitch is already done as well. To refrain from just tossing my glitter on the floor, because when I'm peeling, I'm like kind of zoned out and I'm like I'll peel and toss, peel and toss, peel and toss. So I try to remember to put my trash can, and I also peel with my right hand. So I peel and toss like with my right hand like this. So I always try to make sure I put my trash can like right on the right side of me so that when I'm peeling and tossing, at least it'll land in the trash can. Now, I don't know how many times I have been peeling glitter and not paying attention, and I bumped this arm on my machine and misaligned it. I have done that to myself at least 10 times. And when I say immediate tears, because I can never get it fixed. When I do that, it's like I can never get it lined back up. So that's just something you got to be careful about. I don't know if other machines, like if you can move the arm or bump the arm, but on the BAI, you can. Yo, this purple is, and sometimes it's a little too pliable. All right, I think that's good. I think I won't be too picky. Because the rest of it I can peel after the satin. Okay. I think that looks okay. Nope, I lied. I want to peel this part off. I need to get more comfortable with fabric. I still kind of have not mastered doing fabric. It's the trimming part. Also, I think I'm a tad bit traumatized. I don't know if y'all remember the last time I did fabric on my live when I used that heat and bond. I have not done fabric since that live. I think I, I think I was traumatized during that live. And I keep saying that I'm going to try the Siser Easy Weed adhesive. And I just haven't because again, I'm pretty sure I have PTSD from that live. The amount of thread breaks that I had in that live was ungodly. Never. I've never had that many thread breaks. That's why I was scared. I was scared to come on live with the machine because low key, I don't think I've been live with my embroidery machine since then either. I was like, girl, no. You showed out. Last time I put you on live, you lost your mind. Okay. I told you I have OCD. I will literally sit here and pick every little piece of glitter. I don't know why I have to do it. It's something about seeing it stitch when it's like all peeled. I don't know. It's something so satisfying about that. Okay. All right. I quit. I'm just going to press the green button and then it's going to go ahead and do the satin. All right. I am. That echo scared me. Y'all, I'm still a little like nervous in this building at nighttime because it's a new building. There's a security guard here. So there's a security guard here, but still every little noise, like when I just started talking, I heard the echo from my iPad and it scared me. I thought somebody had walked in here. Let me tell you. So what day was that? It was before Blinkfest. I think Patrice was live. I was up here doing some work. And I think Patrice was live. I think this was the Tuesday before Blinkfest, before I left for Blinkfest. And Patrice was live and I think she was blinging or she was doing something. I don't remember what she was doing. And I was watching her live and I was working. And then she got off and I was still here. So I started watching Brittany Vaughn. I started watching Brittany Vaughn's channel. She's a true crime channel. And she was doing a Factor of Fiction. One of her Factor of Fiction videos was one of the ones I was watching. And she started talking about, I don't remember the whole story, but I know it was basically she was telling a story about somebody in a funeral home, like the bodies from the funeral home were coming to life. And then she started describing how he had like pointy teeth. And I looked, because I was watching on my iPad, I looked at my iPad. Do y'all know, I got so scared, I turned it off. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not watching that right now while I'm up here at this office by myself. And I turned it off. I'm not even joking. And I sat here in silence and finished my work because I scared myself. Like, I'm a scaredy cat. I cannot watch scary. I cannot watch scary movies. I can't. I was the type of kid where I would watch a scary movie and convince everybody around me that I was not scared, but I actually was. But then, like, I would do stuff like I would go into the kitchen from my bedroom, and every single light on the way to the kitchen would be on. And then on my way back to my room, I would not turn them off. So that's how people could tell if I was actually scared. Like, my brother would be like, "She is scared. She left all the lights on." I'm like, no, I just forgot to turn them off. But no, I'm a scary kid. Okay, I had to cut off Brittany Vaughn. I said, "No, girl, you are not about to scare me up in this office." Nope. And I had to turn it off. I'm a scaredy cat. Okay. Are the BAI Mirror and Smart Stitch very similar embroidery machines? Karen, I am not for sure. I'm not for sure. The only two embroidery machines I've ever used are the Poolin and the BAI. which are pretty much the same company. I did play with a Racoma when I went to Deco Summit last year. Not a whole lot. I didn't play with it enough to be able to tell you how similar they are. But I will say it didn't seem to. It didn't seem. I was using the Marquee. Patrice, if you're still here, what was that machine we were using at Deco Summit last year? I think it was the Marquee, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, the regular hoop marks the top with the marker. Oh yeah. So I did realize that, like after the fact. I did realize that after the fact, after I had threw it across the room. Embroidery is very hard. Yes, it is. In the beginning, if you've never done embroidery before, pack a lot of patience because I'm telling you, like once you get it, it's easy, right? It's easy. I won't say it's easy because it's still not easy. Applique glitter embroidery is easy for me. I feel like I have that down pat. But that was like the first thing I started when I got my pool in. I jumped right out the gate using glitter HTV applique. And that's what I've kind of been my thing ever since I started. Now I can do like regular fill stitches, but I haven't, and I've tried fabric here and there, but like I haven't really shied away to other materials because I really wanted to master glitter applique. And I started, I want to say like the end of January, beginning of February. And I do feel like I've mastered this part of embroidery, glitter applique. I got this part down. Okay. I was just watching a video. I think Tanish, she did. I love Tanish. I love her channel. But she did sequence. Baby, I want to try sequence so bad. But she said that it's more dense. And now I'm scared. Okay. Embroidery is one of those things where you are going to have to be patient. For sure. Be patient. Also, it's not something you're gonna get right away. It's not like, just doing regular vinyl or DTF where it's easier to pick up. You're gonna have to learn your machine truly front and back, up and down, and be able to troubleshoot. I got 3 needles on this machine that's broken right now that I haven't fixed yet. I'm only using 9 needles right now because changing out needles. Oh my, oh my God. Eventually, I'm gonna get down to 1 needle before I decide to change these needles because I just don't want to. I don't want to do it. I tried to change one and it didn't work. It didn't work. I used the wrong needle the first time. Realized I used the wrong needle. Then I put the needle in wrong. Realized I put the needle in wrong. And I still haven't gone back to fix the first original one that broke, which was my number 1 needle. But now my number 12 and my number, I think, 11 broke. And they just sit there broke. They just sit there broke. Okay. I started doing embroidery back in, like, I want to say probably February is when I really got my pulling box. I started off with the pulling EOC06, which is a single needle, and then I got my BAI machine March or April. So not even a full year yet. I think embroidery, no matter the machine, is a very large part. Yes, yes. I love it now, but not at first. These are facts. Facts. Okay. Marlene, I agree. I do. I love like the finished products, the glitter, I do love it. I love it now. And now I'm playing with like the different colors. So now I've been working with a lot of black, just putting a whole bunch of different colors on black. But now I'm like trying to get into more colors and mixing and matching, kind of like how I do with the bling, mixing and matching colors and making combinations and stuff like that. And when I did that made for more, the green and red one, I was like obsessed with it. Obsessed with it. I actually just bought two more hoodies when I was at Michael's. I bought a royal blue one and I bought the light green. So I did it on a dark green, but I just bought a light green. And I want to play with like a burgundy on the light green. I don't know what I'm going to put on the royal blue. I'm thinking maybe yellow. Because Clarence is a Michigan fan and they're like, even though theirs is like a navy blue in a mauve, I don't know. I'm still thinking yellow or gold or something like that. I don't know. Can you do 2X sweaters on a cooler? Yes, I believe I did 2X. Shanta, I would say if you want to sell stuff, start selling stuff that are easy to do with a single needle, right? So you can start off by something that would be easy would be like a one or a two color design, or patches or something like that with the single needle. And then I would say every dollar that you make from selling, that's profit, put it to the side in the savings account for your multi needle. Take what you need out to purchase your materials, whatever. And then anything that's extra that would be considered profit, don't put it back in your pocket, put it in a savings account. This is for anybody who's trying to save up. This is, when I want to save up for something, that's in business, that's what you do. Anything that's profit, that's extra outside of purchasing your materials or maintenance or whatever it is that you have to pay for that are considered expenses, whatever's left over, don't go to Target, don't go to Chick-fil-A, put it to the side, and that's to purchase your next machine. I have done a 3X on my single. I think I've done a 3X before on the pooling as well. Bobby, I use the Siser glitter. Products and embroidery is the hardest for me. What's hard about it, Deborah? I use the marker. Yep, that's how I would do it now, Anita. Yes, Evelyn, I have bumped my machine at least 10 times before. Mm. Marilyn, I think I was using the red one. The red heat and bond, because I went and got these ones. This one is the light sewable. And then I got the soft stretch. I haven't tried these ones yet. As you can see, they're not open yet. But I think the other one I was using when I kept having them thread breaks, I think it was the red one, the ultra. I think that's the ultra bond, ultra cold, ultra whatever. Kelly, I bought the pooling from Amazon. Well, Clarence bought it for me for Christmas from Amazon, but I had to send him the link. And it was funny. I sent him the link, And then, because if you're an Amazon affiliate, if somebody uses the same IP address as you and they purchase something from your link, you don't get credit for it. So he had to go, I made him go to his mom's house to buy it so that I would get the credit for it. Yeah, I can't watch anything scary. I cannot watch anything scary. I can't watch anything that's like boring. I can't watch. So I can listen to true crime. And I was talking to Clarence about this the other day because I was trying to watch that Ed Gein documentary on Netflix. It's not even a documentary, it's a TV show, kind of like the Dahmer. So Netflix did Dahmer, they did the Menendez brothers, and then they just released the Ed Gein. Now I've heard the Ed Gein story. I've heard it before. But when I tried to watch the TV show, the visuals mess me up. I can listen to true crime. I can watch documentaries where they're doing like reenactments that are not as gory. I can do that all day long and it doesn't bother me. But it's like actually watching like the TV shows, how they put the story into like an actual visual, a graphic visual. I can't watch it. I can't watch it. I can't watch the Ed Gein show. It was creepy. It was too creepy. And I was actually watching it when I was at Blinkfest. When I was like laying down, I cut it on and I cut it back off. I was like, I'm not watching this. I've heard this story at least 3 times, but I'm not watching this. And then you should have turned on your music. I should have turned on gospel. That's what I should have did. Oh goodness. Yeah, embroidery is an expensive hobby for sure. You got 2 needles now, 8 needles, because remember there are 8 basic curves. Right? I'm on like, what am I on? Yeah, I got 12. I'm down 3. Do patches sell? I haven't tried it yet. I want to do them on my pooling. Karen, I do. I do recommend the BAI machine. Um, I'm in the BAI embroidery group as well. If you're on the fence and like trying to figure out um, which machine is good for you, a lot of these companies have Facebook groups that you can join and you can kind of hear and see what people are in the group, what they're talking about, what they're complaining about, what they like, what they don't like. You can see all of that before you purchase your machine. You can see if the company is actually active in the group. So like in the BAI, that's the only one I'm in. I'm in the BAI and the pooling groups. And the admins are the actual engineers, like the people that help me with my machine when it's down are the admins for that Facebook group. So if you have a question, they comment on my posts all the time. I see them commenting on other people's posts where they're posting like, hey, I'm having this problem, I'm having this issue. And the admins, who are also the engineers, comment, giving help, giving advice, and then they'll say like, oh, send me a message if you need help. So they're very active. You want to not only look at the machine, but look at the customer service as well. I haven't had any major issues with my machine to where like I needed to get on a phone call or anything like that. It was more so we were sending messages back and forth through Facebook Messenger. I sent them a few videos, they sent me a few videos, and then my issues were fixed. So far I haven't had any serious issues to where like I needed to send it out or anything like that. I didn't want to embroider. I didn't. I was on a phone call with Racoma back in 2021. And I told him I wasn't really interested in embroidery. That's probably one of the things I do regret. I should have got into embroidery back in 2021, but I told him no, I wasn't interested at the time. Digitizing is making embroidery files. So like a SVG or a PNG, you have embroidery files. They're like DST, PES. Those are the only two I'm familiar with. But digitizing is making embroidery files. Oh, that sounds fun, Addie. The last craft fair I did was all sublimation. Okay, so the light works really well, Marilyn. Okay, because I've had this light for like 2 months. I've had it for like 2 months, and I've been scared to use it. That's why it's not open yet. But I got PTSD from that red one. Okay, that red one had me on live looking crazy. Okay, um, so I guess I'll go ahead and try it because I have so much fabric I want to try. Just use. So I'll try the light then. Hopefully I have better. Which bond is best for hat patches? Mylene, I'm not for sure. I have not done any patches yet. Where did you get your big one? So BAI sent me the my big one, but is my link in the description box? Yeah. So the link I put in the description box is my official link to the BAI machine, but they sent it to me. Hey, Barb LaFon, how are you? Yep, you can do patches with a single needle. Heavenly Handmade, I definitely love it. I love it a lot. It's like 30 seconds from my house, so I do love being super close. What is a serger? Is it a sewing machine? I don't understand what a serger is. The light is good. Okay. Um, our love landers for which design? I'm pulling up my site now. Machine that finishes the seam. I definitely am a little bit more relaxed now that everything is done. Okay, so okay, so for the serger, right? Let's say because on the pooling, people were in the group asking like how to do sleeves on the pooling, and it's a single needle. So people were saying to cut the seam and then stitch on the sleeve if you want to do it on the single needle. So the serger would be to put the seams back together once you're done. For the zodiac, no. If you do navy, so I have two blues. I have more of the aquamarine. This is just the piece I have here. So this is the aquamarine. This is the navy blue. For the Zodiac, the tone on tone. If you do a navy blue shirt, it's going to be the navy blue glitter. If you want me to do a different color, just send me an email. Let me put it up on the screen. I can do aquamarine if you want. It doesn't have to be. But typically, like if you don't send me an email and you just order tone on tone, it's going to be the same color as the sweatshirt. But if you send me an email, I can just create an invoice with whatever colors you want and send it to you. I keep saying I'm going to go back into that listing and fix it so that you can choose whatever glitter color you want. I keep forgetting. Makes the inside look nice and neat. Look at the inside of the seam on your hoodie. Okay. I want to know how Marilyn would describe what the surgery is. Wait, what's up with Marilyn and surgeries? Okay, so you want navy with the aquamarine. Okay, no problem. Just send me an email, and then I'll send you a. I'll just send you an invoice, a custom invoice. That's fine. Okay. That sounds like it's not gonna be my cup of tea. That's what that sounds like. That sounds like I don't want any parts. Y'all, I can't even sew. I can't even sew, so I probably can't serge either. The last time I tried to sew was back in 2020 when I tried to sew masks. My intention, right? My intention was I was trying to be, what's the word? Humanitarian. No, that's not the right word. I can't think of the word. Okay, but I was trying to give away masks to essential workers. So do y'all remember when essential workers, it was like a big thing? If you weren't an essential worker, we had to be at home and you might get fined. Like it was a huge thing, right? So I was like, okay, the essential workers needed masks. I know that they were complaining about not having, a lot of them didn't have like the K95 mask or whatever, or they were running low or they were running out. So my intention was, I bought this sewing machine. I was going to make masks that were customized that had like a filter pocket, because a lot of people were saying like you can't reuse your mask every day, you need a new mask. So I wanted to try to save money for some, people or whatever, help people save money on masks. I was trying to make a customized mask that had a filter insert. So every day you would change the filter on your mask versus getting a whole new mask. That was my intention. Maybe the masks, I wouldn't have gave them masks to my dog. Them masks I sold, I would not have given them to the deer that run around outside. Them black squirrels that be outside that we were talking about last week, I would not have given them. No, I would have given them to the squirrels, but I wouldn't have given it to my dog. The black squirrels could get them masks. They were terrible. They were bad. And I've never tried to sew. I've never tried to sew again after that. Yep, that was the last time I ever tried to sew. And I had a whole bunch of people that was ready and waiting. They were like, as soon as you get that mask up, let me know. I want to order it. And people wanted some for their kids as well. Again, so they could take the filters out so their kids could have the little customized, the turtle mask, and they just take the filter out. I was so excited. It was tragic. It was tragic. That was the last time I sewed too. Yeah. I ended up giving away my sewing machine. I did have a sewing machine. I don't even remember which one it was. I think I either got it from Amazon or Walmart, and I ended up giving it to my friend. I gave her all of my fabric. I had the little elastic things that went around your ear. I had that. I had the filters. I had the little insert that you would sew to the back of the mask to put the insert. I had all of that material. I had everything. I just gave it to her. She was doing really good with the mask, and I just gave everything to her. I was like, baby, don't ever ask me if I'm gonna try sewing again, ever again. Don't ever ask me. No, they would have fallen apart, Keisha. As soon as they clipped the little things around their ears, the whole mask just would have fell apart. Or they would have for sure caught the Rona. My mask would not have protected you from anything, and you would have for sure caught the Rona wearing that mask that I made. It was something else I wanted to show you guys while this was stitching, but I do not remember what it was. Really? I don't know. Y'all feel like my bobbin is not gonna make it through this design because this bobbin ain't stopped yet. It's a little suspicious. I feel like my bobbin gonna stop right at not my left side after that. I'm okay. I just sort of want my cousin to my grandmother. That sounds really nice for you. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. Sewing, maybe I'll try it again one day. Like I was I was at Michael's earlier, and every time I go to Michael's, I always go to the fabric section. And in the fabric section, they have the little sewing machines. And I'm always looking at them saying like, maybe I'll try it, but maybe not. Y'all, I need my chapstick, and I don't have any in here. Also, I have a bling order that came in today. Not an order, but I had some new stones, and I left them at home. I meant to come on here and show y'all, and I left them at home. Oh, let me show you guys. So I got this, and I forgot to get the hardware. So I still have to get the hardware. I saw this video. You guys eat these? These little things got me in a chokehold. And if they're bad for you, don't tell me. Don't tell me right now. But these things are so good to me. But I was on TikTok, and let me show you guys something I wanted to try. And of course, I did not save it. Monique, I did. Don't tell me. These are, I don't know. It's a gummy candy. They're called peelers. Okay. The banana and the mango are my favorite. The banana and the mango, me in the chokehold. Me in the chokehold. But they're called peelers. It's kind of like a Swedish fish, but in it's not as chewy. It's not as chewy as the Swedish fish. Just like a little piece of gummy candy. But the flavor, this tastes like a real banana. They really do. The mango tastes like mango. I've had the banana, the mango are my two favorite. I did try the pineapple and the green apple. They're okay. I like banana flavored stuff, so like Laffy Taffy. When y'all be like, who's keeping the banana Laffy Taffy in business? It's me. It's me. But I found, so I saw one, what was that, TikTok? Yeah. Let me take a picture of it. These, they're like little wristlets, but they're embroidery. Yep, our love landers. I do have white glitter. I have pretty much every color glitter. Except for like it's like a teal color I don't have. I think it's the only color I don't have. But other than that, I have pretty much every color glitter. They are. The pulling is it's just embroidery. They are so good. Switch to dried mangoes. It's better for you. Girl. My little peelers. Okay. I need my little peelers. They are so addicting too. Oh, I didn't know Walgreens had a brand. I'm gonna have to try it. The banana, the banana and the mango are my favorite. The banana Laffy Taffy. Okay, so yeah, the wristlets. These are the wristlets I wanted to try. I forgot to get the hardware, so I still have to buy the hardware. I was on TikTok and I saw those. And so I ordered the little material. And then also I also forgot because the girl used sticky stabilizer on her, I think it was a single needle. Or maybe it was multi-needle. I'm not for sure. I can't remember. But she used sticky stabilizer and she used the larger hoop and she did like 4 at a time. And she just stuck this. Like she floated she hooped the stabilizer, the sticky stabilizer, and then she stuck this to it. I was like, oh, that's so cool. I didn't even know sticky stabilizer was a thing until I saw that video. And so I bought the material. I have black and I have brown. I want to try this next. This material, though, is so thick. I'm just a little scared. Because my machine, that's how I broke them other 3 needles was, trying to do thicker material. I kind of am still not 100% on how to adjust my tension for like thicker, more dense material. And that was how I broke my 3 needles. So because I don't want to change my needles, I don't want to break another one. All right, so this one is done. I have a little bit of glitter right here. I have to peel. And I got to trim a little bit. Like there's a little piece of glitter here. So I just have to clean it up. And I know this looks white on camera, but it's not. It's like a lavender purple. So it's dark purple. And then it's like a lavender purple. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get the other one hooped. And then while that is going, we'll clean up this one and press it. I have to clean it up, trim the stabilizer and all that stuff and press it. So let me add in my thing again. And then this one is going to be this is a black tone-on-tone, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all, right. When I get orders, because I'm very old school, I do write them down, pen and paper. I write down all of the details from the order. And because, yeah, I gotta make sure it's right. Especially when I got 13 hoodies, I'm not trying to mix up nobody's order. Where's my pen? All right, so I just did this one. This is the one I'm doing next. So it's a black medium. Which I've already pressed. So I have my my little center line here. And it's gonna be, this is just gonna be black on black. So super easy. Oh, I forgot to show you on the other one. I used 2 pieces of the no-show mesh stabilizer. It's thinner. But I've noticed when I use 2 pieces, I just get a better like stitch out. I have tried, especially on the sweatshirts and the hoodies and stuff, I have tried to go back to just using 1 piece because originally I started using 2 pieces because I was doing it on shirts. However, when I switched to the thicker material of the sweatshirt or a hoodie, I felt like, okay, I should only be able, or I should only have to use one piece because a sweatshirt or a hoodie is just, it's thicker than a t-shirt. But it just wasn't, I don't know. It was something about the stitch out that just wasn't really giving to me. And I feel like it's one of those things where when you do embroidery, you kind of know what I'm talking about versus like if you're new to it. Like I just feel like it's one of those things where when you do it more and more and more, you start to realize like the look that you like. You start to realize how you want things to look and be presented, especially if you're selling or giving away or whatever. When I use one piece, I just don't like how it looks. I mean, it's not that it looks bad. I just feel like it looks cleaner, like it's sitting more on like on top of the shirt, and maybe like one piece of no show mesh stabilizer and then some water soluble on top may do the same thing. I just, I, for me, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So because I have just been using two pieces and there's been nothing wrong with my stitch outs, I just haven't changed it. But I feel like that would be the same as maybe just adding some water soluble on top in one piece. But I feel like if I can just hoop two pieces of no show mesh stabilizer on the back and be done with it and not have to worry about remembering to put another piece on top, if I get the same stitch out either way, I might as well just hoop the two pieces together and not have to think about it again. It just seems easier to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I'm not even looking at the comments. Sorry, y'all. Where's this is not my stylus. All right, the zodiac sign I'm doing is a Aries. I want to do a quick trace just to make sure everything's lined up correctly. Okay, that looks good. And then I gotta change my colors to all black. I'm gonna turn this up to like, so my stitch per minute was 800 on the other file. I'm gonna turn it up to 900 on this one. It goes up to 12. Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, Keisha, I was doing this design. This one I actually did on my pulling. The shirt I'm wearing, the hoodie I'm wearing. I did this size large hoodie on my pulling. If I'm not mistaken, I did it either in a live or in a video. create 2 layers of cutaway. Okay. I use a layer of no-show mesh and a layer of cutaway. Why do you use 2 different kinds, Sharon? Sometimes I use performance mesh and a layer of tearaway. Barb, I have started to realize that people get into just what they like, what feels good for them, and everybody does it differently. Okay, so I'm adding in, hopefully you can see the areas. It's already stitched out. Placement. So this lets me know where to place the glitter. And here's the glitter here. Hopefully y'all can hear me because I know this side is muted. And I'm just going to stick it down. I'm going to hit origin point again. Actually, I forgot to take out my Applique stitch. So I'm going to take it off of there. Put it on the satin. So I can pull it before the satin. The sweatshirts is tearaway or cutaway stabilizer. So I always heard if you wear it, don't tear it. That was the rule that I keep hearing. If you are going to wear the garment, wash the garment, you would use cutaway, not tearaway. So for a sweatshirt, I would use cutaway. I sent you a message about Sagittarius. Bridget, where'd you send the message? What do you mean, what size do I use? What food size did you use on your fluid? I used the 7x11. It's like 7.9 by 11, I think, the biggest hoop size that it can go up to. Okay, got you, Sharon. But yeah, I'm excited about this. I just have to get the hardware. I forgot to get it, and I want to get the sticky stabilizer. I'm a little scared with the sticky stabilizer just because I did have the issue with that. The heat and bond. Hopefully it's okay. So I need to go ahead and clean up this sweatshirt. So if you purchase this file, Bridget, the Zodiacs, these are not my files. I purchased these files from somebody else, from Embroidery. So that Sagittarius file is not my file. Did you send me the message about the file or the hoop? Because I don't sell this file. So I don't remember seeing a message about the Sagittarius file. You want to do an in the hoop project with the Sagittarius file, and you can't get it in the hoop. That again, I don't sell the Sagittarius file, so you would have to reach out to the person that you purchased the file from. I purchased it from somebody else, and I make physical products with it, but I don't sell the file. So I just the way that I cut my my stabilizer on the back, I cut it as close as I can, obviously without cutting the stitches. If you cut the stitches, it'll start to unravel on the front. Y'all, I did that on whew, I did that on an order last week. I still have the hoodie. I did end up just restitching it, but I kept the hoodie. So I'm gonna try to just get all the stitches out so I don't waste the hoodie. But I did that. I stitched out a whole sweatshirt, cleaned up the front, went to put the stabilizer on the back, and cut too close. And all the stitches on the front started to unravel where I cut it at. I was so upset. Okay, I have to peel the glitter on the other one. So let me go do that real quick. This file is also pretty easy to pull on the after the back down stitch. I love a file, and I did purchase some digitizing, like a digitizing masterclass, just because I do eventually want to make my own designs, like my own everything. Digitizing, I don't want to be one of those digitizers whose files suck. And if you're in embroidery and you embroider, you know what I'm talking about. And I didn't realize how important good digitizing was until I started to like really, really get into embroidery. And, I also have my preference because I'm somebody who likes to pull my glitter prior to my satin stitch. I prefer for my tack down stitch to be a zigzag stitch because it's easier for me to pull the glitter versus like a single run stitch as a tack down stitch is a nightmare to pull before a satin stitch. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. I cannot stand it. But that's not even something you would know or realize until you actually start embroidering. I cannot stand files where the tack down stitch is just a single run stitch. And I do want to digitize my own files, but I wanted to learn how to digitize in a way that I also like to consume. like this file. They used, I believe it was a zigzag stitch for the tack down stitch. And it makes pulling the glitter before the satin just so easy. Like I don't have to worry about pulling up the stitch or, you know, it getting messy. And I'm being OCD with the glitter. I know. I always do. I can't help it. Okay. The little inside pieces, I typically just pull those afterwards. That's not that bad. That doesn't bother me that much. It's the outline part that bothers me. Okay. Embroidering equals printing. Yep. OMG, I would have cried. What did I say? Would have cried for what? No, I don't remember what I said. Oh my goodness. Like 16 color stops? Woo. Oh, so that was another reason that I took that class too, because in a brilliant, I kept having that happen to me, where I was trying to digitize something, and it kept breaking. Like, let's say it was a word, it kept breaking my word up. That was going to be one color. Like, let's say it was the word prayer. The word prayer is going to be all black, but it broke it up into like 4 different color stops for the one word. And I was like, I cannot sell this, because if I bought that, I would be so irritated. And I could not figure out how to get it to stop doing that. And so I was like, you know what? Let me purchase somebody's class. But that type of stuff, I don't want that. It's not like that at all. This is oh, so they didn't do like a color sort before they, that's crazy. So it sounds like they didn't do a color sort if it did each individual letter. Yeah. That that would have sent me, especially if I was on my phone. That would have sent me. But see, that's the thing. Like I do want to learn how to embroider the way I like to sew, and that's why I've kind of been. Oh my gosh, I've really been taking my time. Like I'm not one of those people who is like ashamed to use other people's files. I'm not. If I was good, I would use it. I don't care who made it. I mean, unless you stole it from somebody, obviously, right? I'm not talking about that. But I don't mind supporting other creators in using their files. Especially because I'm creative, but I'm not creative all the time. Sometimes I don't feel like making a file. I just want to make the thing. Sometimes I get very unmotivated in creating files, but I still gotta limit the file. So you know what I'm saying? I'm cutting these little threads because these are. Oh, when I was cutting the stabilizer and cut the thread, yeah, I wanted to. I was like, I sat there trying to contemplate how to fix it because I had already unhooked it and everything. It was so on the back, just like the little threads that kind of stick out, I do trim those as well. I don't want that to irritate anybody. So I just try to make sure I can, obviously as close as I can without of the thread. So I don't digitize often, but when I do, I use Embroidery. I'm getting better. I did purchase a course, and I'm getting better. The thing, so digitizing like words is pretty easy. I got that pretty much down pat. It's the images, like in one of the modules that she was doing, she digitized a spaceship with like fill stitches and satin borders. And that module was like 45 minutes long, or just that part of her actually digitizing it. And I was like, this is what I don't want to do. I don't think I will ever do that. I don't think I'll ever do that. I'm pretty confident. Right? Just like the rhinestone files with the stones. Okay, if it's like a file where I'm doing like a word with like a really big blocky font like impact or something, I don't mind making a rhinestone file. Okay, all that ombre and boop, and moving this stone and popping this stone up and zip. I'm not doing it. I will point you to the nearest rhinestone designer. There's like 5 of them that I love. And I will gladly send each one of them because it's not me. It is not meant to be. I have never successfully done an ombre rhinestone file. To this day, and perfect class. Quick, easy, it's pretty. And I had to record it, and I watched it 3 times. I'm okay with coming to terms with what I am and am not capable of. I won't say I'm not capable of it. I'm sure I am. I don't want to release 1,500 stones. I don't want to do that. No, I feel like I'm behind on the comments. Hold on. Yep, I do use Embroideries. Embroidery is fun. I definitely was unsure. And we kind of said this in the beginning of the live, but embroidery is a learning curve. It's not one of those things that you can get into and just like immediately start making money if that's your intention. There's going to be a big learning curve. So like if you need something, like if you're trying to get into crafting or whatever the case may be because you need money in the next 60 days, don't choose embroidery. Unless you're working with somebody like on an everyday basis. Right? Like you have a coach or an engineer or somebody that you have daily access to. Then okay. But other than that, if you're looking for some quick money, purchasing BTF transfers will probably be the quickest way, I would say, or drop shipping. Drop shipping or finding a really good local vendor to make you some BTF transfers would be the quickest way to make money doing this, like home-based crafting. Or just straight up vinyl. I'm making sure I'm out. So you just made an ombre design today? Look at you. I do not gonna do this. I'm just making sure all of my, because I still have to press it, and you want to make sure that you have all of any excess HTV that should not be there. You want to make sure you have that off before you press, because it's HTV, so it does have adhesive on it. So if you press it, I'm making sure. Oh, that might be my bobbin. Bobbin should have been ran out low key. Wow, my bobbin ran out a long time ago and it didn't recognize it. Look, so it just stopped right here on this letter E. But my bobbin ran out all the way over here on my eye. I wonder why it didn't pick up that it was out of bobbin. I saw somebody else. I was watching YouTube. Can't remember whose channel it was. But somebody else's machine did that. And they weren't using a BAI. They were using something else. And their machine did the same thing. It ran out of bobbin, but the machine didn't pick up. It was out of bobbin until like, I don't know, it had been like 2 minutes before the machine realized it was out of bobbin. Oh, come on now. Bobbin, there we go. So now I have to go all the way back. Well, not all the way, but you know, back on my eye because I don't know why I did that. Okay, I say about right there should be good. This little thread is gonna get caught. I don't know, so I gotta trim that. Okay. She did a video on doing the ombre. We're almost done. It's on the E. It's like halfway done with the E. So we are it's about done, and then I just have to press. I will probably just bag these up tomorrow. So I got all the glitter, that excess glitter, excess thread, moving off, and now it just has to be pressed. I love how that turns out. I'm going to turn on my This is called so I'm using glitter HTV to do my applique, but the process is called applique. And you can do like fabric. A lot of people do fabric. This is glitter HTV. I've done fabric HTV from Siser. I think that so far that's all I've used. Some of this fabric I got from Applique Getaway. I have not used it, and I want to. I just don't know what to do with it. These ones here, especially this one. I do not want to waste this. This is so pretty. And I do not want to waste this at all. There. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Let me know if that's better. I forgot to mute the iPad, so it's probably loud. Okay, so it's the method is called Applique, and I'm using glitter HTV. But I got this from Applique Getaway, and it's so pretty, and I don't know what to do with it. And I don't want to waste it. I don't want to use it and mess up, but I don't know what to do with it. But I want to try this fabric, and then I bought these 3 as well. These were actually supposed to be for, so at Applique Getaway, the people who were selling this, they made a bag with it. This was the outside of the bag, and I think Eve bought this in purple because they had this in purple, black, and pink. And I think Eve bought this one in purple. But they made it was like a makeup bag or a zipper bag. They made it with this. And I asked them, I was like, can you applique with this? Because that's what I would use it for. I would put some heat and bond on it and just applique with it. And they said, yeah. This is like a kind of suede material. And I haven't used it yet. And I don't know what that and this one. I got this one for Michael's. This was on sale. It's like some iridescent. I'm not even sure what this is. I don't think I could put this on a shirt. It's so thick. I shouldn't have bought this. I should not have bought this, y'all. I think this is for like I think you really supposed to make a bag because this is like stiff. But it was this big old roll for $5. And I was like, I'm going to find something to do with it. I don't know what it is yet, but $5, I'm going to buy it. And I don't even sew or serge. I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Have you tried the Siser puff glitter on your applique? No, I haven't, Miley, just because I don't think that glitter puff would work for applique because it's penetrated by the needle so much. I just don't think it'll puff up. On a navy blue shirt, yeah, probably. It's got like blue and green in it, and black, and like almost looks like a gunmetal color, like a chrome. Are you pressing the vinyl or just applying on the shirt by stitching? You have to press it afterwards because and I've actually done that before. If you put it in the washing machine without pressing it, it'll come off. And I know because I did it. I forgot. I made my son a hoodie with some of that kente pattern vinyl from Siser, and I forgot to press it, and he wore it. And then I put it in the washing machine, and that little piece of vinyl was balled up at the bottom of my washing machine. So now the hoodie is just an outline. But yeah, it'll come off if you don't press it. Can you use the iridescent one for your journals? What do you mean for the journals? Like the cover? Maybe. It's about to be done with the S. Y'all, that black on black is it's so pretty. Y'all, I'm about to eat this whole bag. It's like halfway more. These are so good. I bet you now that they're popular because a lot of people eat these. There's gonna be a TikTok that goes viral that talks about how bad they are, and then I'm gonna be like, you know what? Now y'all say that after I've eaten 37 bags. Okay. Now this one is done. The Zodiac ones really take the shortest. The Prayer Changes things was longer. That's why I did that one first. So let's go ahead and remove this. This is the Aries. That tone on tone looks so good. So I'll take this little part out and this part. And I don't have too much cleaning up to do. Actually, I really don't have any. I don't see any stitches. I have one little tiny piece of white thread right here from the bobbin. I'm not going to snip it just because I don't want to. So I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of that fabric marker. Okay. And then I got to cut the inside of this and then we will press and be done. Okay. I'm going to show you how I trim it. So these little, hopefully y'all can see it. These little pieces of thread here, I do trim those. Again, just because I want it to look nice and clean. So I trim these pretty close. Obviously you don't want to cut the thread, but I do cut it pretty close. Yeah, my kids are out of school tomorrow for the election. So I can stay up later. I normally, like on school nights, have to get up at 6. So when I have to get up early, I try to go to bed early. But I do like being able to stay up just a little bit later because my kids still gonna fall asleep early. They're on a schedule. Even if they be like, I'm gonna stay up until 1 o'clock. I don't have school tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, okay. They be in there snoring by 10:30. So they're still on their bodies are on a schedule. They're still gonna be asleep, but I can stay up like a little bit later. And I like being able to stay up just a little bit later, drink some tea. Sometimes my husband will stay up with me. He has to work tomorrow, so he's probably gonna go to bed. So I will probably be solo dolo, drinking my tea, watching my true crime, rubbing my feet together. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Has anybody ever been to the Mall of America? We normally take a family trip in December, and the flights to Mall of America are only an hour, and they're less than like $400 per person. So I think I might take the kids there in December for our December trip, because I saw that they had a Nickelodeon universe. They had rides. You can stay at hotels at the mall. So you can just walk from your hotel down. How is it if anybody has ever been? Okay. And that is how I trim it. I'm going to experiment. I do have some black stabilizer. I'm going to experiment with it for like garments like this. I think some black stabilizer here would just look really good. I just have never tried it. And I don't want to compromise, my file, any puckering, things like that. I don't want to compromise the file simply for a different color stabilizer that's on the inside of the shirt. So if it ends up being not that great, I won't use it, but I just think it will, elevate it just a little bit more if I was able to match the stabilizer with the garment. And there it is. That looks really, really good. I'm going to add my iPad back in and we're going to go press it real quick. Hey y'all. Sorry. Can you hear me now? Oh, so y'all didn't hear me when I was talking about my kids don't like sharing beds. You don't hear that part. My kids do not like sharing bed. Sorry, y'all. I was looking at a message I got. Okay, that looks clean. I'm gonna go ahead and press it. Somebody asked me a question. Small park water ride coasters. Okay. When you embroider, do the threads have to match the color on the screen? No, they don't particularly match the color on the screen. Have to, but it can get confusing if you don't do it. So like when I first got my machine, I didn't do it. I didn't configure like my colors, and it just got a little confusing. It's easier, it's quicker if you do it, but as long as, like, let's say you have an orange cone on your number 1 needle, but on the screen it says white. As long as you know that the cone is orange and you know the thread is orange and you know when you press 1 it's going to be orange and not white and it's the right color, then that's fine. Like if you just start to move too fast, you're probably going to forget. So I would say match them if you can. But here's the first one. So I'm going to get this order out this week. That looks so good. I got to get it all folded and stuff. So I'm just going to set it off to the side for now. I will get it folded and like packaged up tomorrow. And then here's the other one. And I lint rolled before I pressed because I was peeling glitter. So one time I didn't lint roll. You're pulling glitter, and there was a little piece that was still on the shirt that was like down here. And when I went to press, I pressed that little piece onto the shirt. So make sure you lint roll if you're pulling glitter to get any little excess glitter pieces that may be on the shirt. Let me cover. Show us the folding, please. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Rontavius. Hopefully I said that right. Oh, that purple looks good. And then here's the other one. Okay, let me show you the folding. We're going to go out here to my bigger table just because it's a little bit easier. Okay, so when I'm folding, you can do it on a larger table if you have one, or before I got the table, I was doing it on the floor. I lay it flat, upside down, with the neck pointing towards me. So this is the neck of the shirt, this is the bottom of the shirt, and I lay it completely flat. The key to this is making sure everything is smooth. So that's how you kind of get a clean fold. You make sure everything is nice and smooth. Smooth it out with your hands. And then start with one side. So this side, I fold it going this way until I start to see the design. So let me get a little bit closer. So I fold it in. Right here, I can start to see the design. So I'm going to fold it right up until the edge of the design and smooth it out. Then I'm going to take the sleeve of that same side and I'm going to line up this part with this part. So I fold it down and line up those edges and then smooth it out. Okay, now that's that side. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I'm going to take this and fold it in until I start to see that here's the edge of the design. And then I'm going to smooth it out. And then you take the sleeve, you take this edge, and you're going to line it up with this edge. And smooth it out. Okay? Then you take the top, so this is the neck, and I'm going to fold the neck going down again until I start to see the top of the design. So fold it to the top of the design and smooth that out. And then I'm going to turn it around and I'm going to fold this part inward twice. So I'm going to line up this edge with this part here that we folded down. I'm going to bring these two edges together like that. So we're going to bring those edges together, smooth it out, and then fold it one more time. And now you can see your full design. And it's a nice, neat fold. And I don't even have my phone, so hopefully I'm not muted. Okay, go back in the room. I don't even have my phone. So if I was muted that whole time, that would be funny. Okay, nope, I wasn't muted. All right, let me add in my other camera. Okay, thank you guys. Okay, but yeah, that's how you fold it. Well, that's how I fold it. And then, you know, of course, you can see the whole design. So this ain't something that I learned in one day. Okay, I will say that. Took me a little minute. Plus, I used to work retail. But that's all I have for this live, y'all. Is that how you fold t-shirts as well? Yep, that's how I fold everything. T-shirts are easier because there's really not much of a sleeve. So it's even easier to fold a shirt. I think the hardest, because there's no sleeve at all, is like the sleeveless tank tops. You would think those are easier, but they're actually a tad bit harder. Just because there's no sleeves to kind of, The sleeves almost kind of create an anchor and almost make it easier to fold. The less sleeve you have, it's almost like the harder it is to fold, honestly. Flashback of folding. Yep, when I decided to start taking orders, the first couple of orders I sent out, they were not folded right. And I was like, you know what? All right. Cause I couldn't remember how to do it. Like I was sitting there with the shirt and I'm like, how did I do that? I don't remember how I did it. And like the first couple orders went out, with the folding job that the first couple orders got, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it was a mess, but we good now. Kind of, it was like I had to do it a few times to get it, but like get back in the groove of it. But yeah. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. I'm ready to go drink my tea and watch true crime in my robe and rub my feet together. Because I do not have to get up tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Um, trying to think. I do plan on being on next week. I don't have anything on my schedule that would stop me from, coming on unless something happens, obviously. And I will make sure I let you guys know in the community tab if I'm not able to go live, but I do plan on being live next week. I'm not sure what I'll be doing. I do have a new machine from HTV Grant, so I might use that. I'm waiting for them. I emailed them today to figure out when I can do my unboxing because I'm not sure. Y'all, I begin stuff and I'm like, okay, when am I supposed to show this? I'm not sure when I forgot. But if I'm able to show it next week live, I will. It's a machine from HTV Grant, so I may use that if I'm able to. But yeah, I will see you guys next Monday. The mall is big. Okay. Yeah, I think we might do Mall of America. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good night. You guys have a good week, and I will see y'all next week.